Hi, fourth graders. We are back talking about setting our goals, and today we are going to talk specifically about SMART goals. And each one of those letters stands for something that helps us set a really good goal that we can achieve. And so today we're going to look at each part of those SMART goals and how we can make a goal. And so first I want you to think about why we set goals. And so I want you to talk to your stuffed animal or talk to a grown-up with you or a brother or sister. And I want you to answer these questions here for me. Why do we set goals? When is a time that you have set a goal? It could be a goal for anything, not just in school. And then I want to hear you think of an example of a goal you've set. And so take a minute, pause our video, and go chat with somebody in your house about goals. Now that you've come back, we are going to look at each one of our letters for our SMART goal. And here's what they stand for: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. All of those parts are so important, fourth graders, as we think about a goal. And so we're going to start with our S. Okay? So specific means that our goal is detailed and exact. It can answer the questions who, what, where, when, why, and which. Without something that's specific, friends, we can't meet a goal. If we just say, I want to do better, we don't know what we want to do better at. And so here's an example that I want to score more soccer goals this year. Now, it's specific because I said more. Okay, friends? But you will also notice that as we keep working through each one of our letters, this goal that I've started with is going to get more specific as we add more of those details. And so for specific, we're going to do an action. And for our action for specific, we are going to act like we have our magnifying glass. So hold up a magnifying glass and take a careful look at something, because that means it's specific. We're looking at the details. So that's our action for specific. You're holding your magnifying glass right in front of your eye. Now here's our M. Our M stands for measurable. Measurable means that we can track our progress and know exactly when our goal is met. And it usually involves numbers. When you think about having an exact goal, you can say, yes, I met my goal, or no, I did not. And so I changed my goal from before, and I said I want to score 10 goals in soccer this year. When I have that specific measurable number, I am able to say, yes, I scored 10 goals, or no, I didn't, I scored 8. So I did not meet that goal. And so having a measurable goal involves that number. Now for our measurable, I want you to stretch your arms wide like you're measuring with a long meter stick. We are measuring our goal with those numbers. So we had our magnifying glass for specific, and we had our arms stretched wide for measurable. Our A now stands for attainable. Now, friends, if something is attainable, that means it's reasonable. It's not completely out of reach, meaning it's way too hard, and it's not way too easy for you. It can actually be done. And so I said, for my example, I want to score 10 goals in this soccer season. So the reason that would be attainable for me and why I can set this goal is I'm thinking, well, last year in soccer, I was able to score 8 goals. Now I've been practicing more. I've gotten better at soccer. I'm a little bit older. I think I can improve. Now, I'm not going to improve by a huge number and say I'm going to score 20 goals. That seems a little bit out of reach. But I also know that I don't want to just score one more. Okay, so I set it by 10. Okay, 2 more goals is reasonable for me, thinking through all the games that I would be able to play. So attainable, again, friends, means that it's doable. We can reach that. It's not too hard and it's not too easy. And so we are going to use those little stair steps, and I want you to grab your fingers and act like you are walking up your set of stairs. We can get there. It's not too far out of reach for attainable. All right, so far we've done specific with our magnifying glass, looking at those details. We've stretched our arms big for measurable to make sure that I can say yes or no, I've met it. It includes a number. Okay. Then I use my stair steps for attainable. I can reach my goal. It's not too hard and it's not too easy. So our next letter is R, and it stands for relevant. Relevant means that your goal is worthwhile. It means something to you, and it's important to you. Now, you want to think about, as a fourth grader right now in my life, what is important to me in this moment that I can meet and reach. That means I can't set a goal that when I'm 25, I want to be a fashion designer. Hey friends, that's a great goal, and I love that you want to think about what you want to be when you grow up, but right now as a fourth grader, you're not able to meet that goal. And so it has to be important to you right now. And so that's why my goal, I still kept the same. I want to score 10 goals in soccer this season. Because soccer is important to me, friends. I want to get better. I want to enjoy my soccer team and do well for my other teammates. And that's why it's important to me. That stands for relevant. And so I want you to put your hands over your heart. It's important to you. It's relevant. Okay. The last letter in our SMART goals is T, and the T stands for timely. That means you are able to set a time frame for when your goal should be met. So you could say in 2 weeks, you could say in a year. So in my goal, I said by the end of this season is when I wanted to score my 10 goals. I can get to that last game of my year. I know it. It's on my calendar. After that game, I can say, yes, I met my goal. I scored 10 goals. Or I can say, it's the end of the season. I scored 9 goals. Okay? And so being able to say, check it off when your time is done. Now, friends, for our goals this time, I don't want you to be thinking more than a year. Okay, if you think about a year from now, you'll already be 5th graders. So that's a long time. And so we want to have that goal that we can reach and be able to check off. Okay, so our action for timely is you are going to look at your watch, even if you don't have one, just pretend, and you're going to tap your watch because it needs to be timely. Okay, so let's do a quick review. Are you ready? We are going to do all of our actions. Our S for specific, we have our magnifying glass looking at those careful details. Measurable, our arms are stretched wide. We have a number in our goal. So we can say, yes, I met it, or no, I didn't reach that number. We're walking up the stairs because it's attainable. It's a little bit farther than where I'm at now, but it's not so far out of reach. We put our hands over our heart because it is relevant. It is important to me right now in this time of my life. It's relevant and important. And the T stands for timely, and we're tapping that watch. So we make sure that I have an end date in mind. So friends, that's how we make our SMART goal. And I want you to hang tight, and on Seesaw, you'll see an activity for you to do some brainstorming.